where should I start? Do you have any question, like, or you like the idea to, yes?
Well, can you tell us how you first got into directing video?
Yeah, maybe we should start by that, yeah. I started as a photographer in Paris, and that was kind of an accident because I always wanted to be a movie director. And I started to take portraits, and then I got a job in the fashion business, and I was also doing reportage. And a producer gave me the opportunity, actually a manager, a friend of mine, who was managing a French rap band, got me a job, got me a video, the first video of a band called NTM. And then 2 months later I was coming to New York, I was moving to New York, and I showed that video to a producer that was working at Virgin at the time, or Island, I forgot. And he gave me, sorry, I'm a bit nervous. And he gave me Ziggy Marley music video to do, Cosmic. And so, and right after that, when people saw Cosmic, and I got the Red Hot Chili Peppers that asked me to do Give It Away. And after that, that was it. I was, after Give It Away, I was officially a music video director. It's very rigid. It's very straightforward. There will be no movement of camera. So basically I was using the film camera just like I was using a photo camera. And then when I got a little bit more confident with videos, I started to move the camera and play around and do things that are a little bit more cinematographic, like Ironic from Alanis Morissette. I saw the first video she did, and I saw that she had so much energy and so much like raw. So I felt really comfortable that she could give me a fantastic performance. Still, until the day of the shoot, I was not very sure. And she had to be able to create like 4 characters. So we discussed about it, but the thing is that she got it right away. And when you look at the video, you really see I really see the 4 characters.
Other than the song that you do a video for, does anything else influence you on how you want to tell the video visually?
It depends. Like Give It Away, for example, it's totally from my photos. But I was looking at the treatment of Alanis Morissette, and at the end I refer to some movies. Like there was a John Huston movies, I think one of the last he did, and it's my politic, it's like my ethic. I don't refer to photographer of my generation. I always try to have my vision completely separate from the vision of anybody because I don't want any confusion. It's especially in the music video business. A lot of video directors, not a lot, but a lot of video directors, you watch their music video and you know that they probably went to a library like 2 weeks before, they open up a book. I mean, if you want to do that, it's fine, but that's not. But they open up a book and I thought, oh, that would be cool for my music video. They Xerox the book, they closed it, and then they did a music video that is just like, it's a reference, but that's where is a reference and where is stealing? It's kind of ambiguous, so I prefer to stay away from that. So.
How much control do you have over all the elements in the videos?
I had control, like 100% control, but again, it's like discussion. It's like some artists give you complete trust, and I was very lucky or very good at, I don't know if it's part of the instinct, picking up, I mean they pick me, but I also pick them, picking up like artists that I knew that it would be complete trust. And like the number one artist that really say, you know what, I want you to do this video, boom, this is a song, is Björk. It's like, that's the number one artist that like high level quality because she completely give you the song and you do your vision. And the Big Time Sensuality video, I don't think I will not give it to anybody else.
How much of it's improvised and how much of it's choreographed by you? Like, do you have rehearsals or do you
Nothing is choreographed by me. It was like I put the camera. I knew that she will, I knew, but I was like, okay, I hope. But she was like so strong. It's like she came dressed the way she was, and she was so cute. And we did like we started probably like it was like night when we set it up. So it was like probably 6, 7 in the morning until night. She probably danced for like 9 hours, 8 hours. She was so exhausted. The DP Let's Accord was like, do you think I should have a reflector, here? And I was like, yeah, okay, I don't know, okay, great, whatever. I didn't care. Now it would be more like, oh yeah, maybe it could be better for her. Yes, it's true. So, what was your question?
It's just like how much you interfere with like the cinematography afterwards.
Ah, yeah.
Or like something like with Big Time Sensuality, that feels more like a photo, like
Exactly.
a photo shoot that's been filmed as opposed to
Exactly.
possibly maybe,
Exactly.
which is more of like a mood.
Yeah, that's so with possibly maybe, and that's all about emotion. Each verse I think is a month, and I decided to create a special atmosphere that will reflect the different emotions. So different colors for each atmosphere, different setup, different element, different clothes, and then there is a bridge where she floats, and the floating, she had that dream. She was walking there. It was a very beautiful dream, and it was going beyond what we filmed. But for the video, I just took that part of her dream that I liked very much.
So is that why when like you hear the phone ringing,
Yeah.
it's distorted? Is that why you shake the image?
Yes, because basically it's a dream. She's in a dream, and then the image starts to vibrate because the phone is ringing, and she get out of her sleep. And what we did also, that was one of the secrets of the set design here, is that we used a lot of elements that were coming from Björk's home, because it had to be personal, because that's the way she is, and that's the way the song was. So it had to be really elements that came from her house, paintings, stuff like that. And I have to tell you about Mysterious Ways also. I was shitting in my pants. It was a nightmare. I was in Morocco, in the little town, and I'm like, you probably like all like you're like, I don't know what age, but I was like 26 or something like that. And they flew me to I was going to say Berlin, but it's Berlin, it's in Ireland. What is the capital of Ireland, please? Thank you. They flew me in Dublin, and here I was like sitting with you two, the four of them. That was very abstract. It was like I was very excited, and I had already a bit of experience. I just did Give It Away, so I was a little bit more confirmed music video director. But so that was very exciting. And then I proposed them to go to Fez in Morocco, because I had been there for a photo shoot. They're like, oh, we prefer Tangier, and I insist for Fez. And here they are, they arrive, and the first day of the shoot, I was like sweating. I will be like in little street, like narrow like that, with all the people, like with the like cover, things like that. It's a very real Moroccan city. There is no bullshit about it. It's a real city, like it's like the Medina. So it's all street going up and down, and I will be with like about 50 people following me, and I will walk like that, and I will be like, my God, what am I going to do? Where are we shooting? And we'll like, maybe, yeah, we're going to shoot here, And I spent the entire day with the band following us. And I had no idea what I will do. My horrible thing is that my conflict was bringing you two in a Muslim country that is really not about entertainment. And then you're working with the king of the entertainment business, and you're like supposed to do a music video, and I'm supposed to film people in the street, but who am I to film those people, and we don't even ask them authorization, and those beautiful buildings, what am I? It's like, this is not Walt Disney, it's like, and I'm putting like you two in front of a place that is like 400 years old, or like the first university in the world, and I'm like, You know, it's kind of a bit ridiculous, and so I was full of conflict like that. The first day was a nightmare. And what saved me is, but what saved me that the second day, we had brought a distorted mirror that I had been using for photos, and it was a plexiglass. And I thought, okay, I'm going to start cool. I'm going to start with Bono alone. And we go to a beautiful place, and we put the distorted mirror behind him, and we start to ask him to move, to sing the song. And I filmed the distortion of him, so it's stretching him. And that saved me because he was so excited by the footage, and I was very comfortable in those type of abstract image, and that saved me because Bono was so excited. It was like very beautiful that suddenly everybody was feeling comfortable. And then I could finish my video, but it was a nightmare.
Do you have a review?
Yes, very good question here from my Lebanese friend. Liban, right?
Lebanese Palestinian.
Lebanese Palestinian friend, really relative. I think I have it. Yes. Actually, I was listening to Mysterious Ways, and I was like, oh, that's what he say on the song, you know? It's like, and I was thinking, and just now I was thinking, oh, that's interesting. That's maybe why make me a little bit strange for people, is that maybe I'm putting odd image on the text, because I was never thinking about the text. I will listen to a song, and I promise you, I will know what it was about. Just if the artist is good, you hear what they say, no matter the language. And if it's emotional, if it's heartbroken, if it's like, you know, and I could, like Scar Tissue, even Scar Tissue was like 3 years ago, I didn't really pay attention to the lyrics. And I came up with that idea that they're on the road and they're completely like smashed and they have blues. And then I asked, what is Scar Tissue? You know, and they say Scar Tissue is bruise. So there is probably something subconscious that maybe my brain understood it, but I did not. You know, but the artists that I like to work with are great from the heart. So usually, I hear the song. I just got like a proposition for Tricky, and that is fantastic. I love Tricky, and I really want to work with him. But otherwise, it's like mainly the artists that I'm proposed to do now. It's like it's all the dance artists. It's all the
Britney Spears bullshit.
Britney Spears. I mean, I would not say bullshit because actually I'm working with her in a week. No, but I'm doing a commercial for the Japanese. I have a very funny stories. Like funny, you see. It's I was the first. I mean, like when Mariah Carey started, I loved her voice, and I don't like her music. That's personal. And her first album, and I really liked her voice. And I was like, I heard they sent me a song already, and I didn't like it. And maybe they sent me another one. I don't know. But finally, I'm listening to that tape in the morning, and I mean the CD. I'm listening to the CD, and I'm like, oh, no, it's not good. And I leave the apartment. I was sharing the apartment with a friend. I leave with the apartment, and at the end of the day, I come back, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to call them to tell them no. And I said, I should listen to it again. So I play the CD again, and I'm like, wow, this is good. It's good actually. It grew on me through the day, and turned out that I loved that song of Mariah Carey. And usually what I will do at that time is that I will take the CD and copy it, loop on the tape, like repeat, and it will copy on both sides, and then I will be working with the tape. So I will never look at the CD again. And so I start to copy the CD, and then I'm calling the manager. And I'm calling the manager, and suddenly it's ringing, and suddenly I'm like, I feel like there's something strange about why I didn't like it so much this morning, why I love it now. And I'm like, okay, The budget, yeah, it's a budget. I love the budget. and I hang up, and I look at the CD, and I see Queen Latifah. And my friends, and I keep, in a way, I wish that I mistake, because I was about to say yes to the manager. I will have hang up, take the tape, put it in my Walkman, and play it for the next 2 weeks until I arrive on the shoot. And I'm like, and maybe my idea will have been so like vague that they will have said, okay, cool, whatever, okay. and then I imagine I will arrive to the stage, and I will like with my treatment, hi Maria, I really love the song, it's so good and everything, and then she will have stand in front of the camera, and then the song will have started, and me will, this is not a song. But yes, it's a song, can you imagine? So, lucky for me, I realized in time. I still love Maria Carey, I never worked with her. I still love her voice. But I also love Queen Latifah. But what was your question? So I keep...
What is your favorite video you've done?
It's between 4 videos. Give It Away, and Big Time Sensuality, possibly maybe, and one that I haven't shown you yet, that is Mirwais Disco Science. I knew that I wanted some light effect on the body because we painted patterns of green so that in post-production they could take that green and change it into light. But I think I went too far because on my we were all naked in the crew. No, I'm joking. No, it's worse than that. On my original concept, I wanted to have a huge dick. I wanted the guy, not me, to have a huge dick. But I wanted the character to have a giant dick. But when I'm saying giant, it's like this. And we made it. And if you need a giant dick, you need a giant vagina. And the cast, we had casted women and we asked them to be naked or to be at least with a little bikini, to open their legs. I didn't want a woman that would be a go-go dancer or like professional, sexual in one way or the other, but I wanted people that would be completely free with their body. But when they saw the dick, they were 4 and they were like, no way. I think the dick was okay, but when they saw the vagina. so voila, about that music video.
Are you planning on eventually moving into film?
Yeah. It's funny because just because you're all like student and you have like ideas about what you want to do, it's like I had the chance to have really determination when I was 12. Suddenly I don't know why. It's like I first wanted to go on the moon when I was 8. Then when I was 12, I wanted to do a movie. And everything that I did since, I always thought it was accident. And even as a photographer, for the first 6-7 years of photography, I was like, well, it's just a step. I was not enjoying like photography. It was just giving me the way to express myself. Like all the ideas that I had, I could make drawings like this, and I could finally like do photos, and then after music videos. But it was always like steps on the way to making a movie. And I don't know if I ever reach that goal. I wish myself that I will reach that goal, but it's not so important because I'm very pleased. So I just spent like the past 20 years being able to express myself. And because my first goal is not to be a frustrated artist, you know, I really took care of enjoying everything I was doing. It's just creative, it doesn't matter. And voilà.
Stephane, I want to thank you so much.
My pleasure.